Alright folks, welcome to our first tutorial on how to use Microsoft's SmallBasic. One of the things that I want to talk to you about first is why we are focusing on SmallBasic. Why not, Python or Java or JavaScript? And I've got really 3 or 4 big reasons for why we're going to be focusing on Microsoft's SmallBasic. First of all, this is an educational language. It was a language that was specifically designed in order to teach you guys how to program. I think you'll find that it's a nice transition from a graphical, block-based coding language into a text-based coding language. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is it is a beginner, sort of a stepping stone language into Microsoft's Visual Basic language. And finally, it's a language that we can use to program our EV3 robots with later on in the semester. So let's go ahead and get started. SmallBasic can be found on the icon on your desktop. It looks sort of like this, and if you double click it, it's going to open up. Here we go. We've got our development environment here. It looks very similar to, what we are used to with Microsoft products. We have a button for a new program here. We can open our saved files, save things, save as, import. We've got copy and paste, and we've got run. We've got all sorts of stuff over here. But as you use this, you're going to see that there are some other pretty neat features of this development environment. Now, I recommend that you kind of shrink down this video on your page and you open up a new window for SmallBasic so you can have SmallBasic running and this video going at the same time. I think that you'll find that very useful if you can fit it onto your screen. And what we're going to do, we're just going to start by typing in our very first program. Okay, and so what I'd like you to do, notice how we're getting a number here. Our programs that we create in SmallBasic are going to be numbered. And of course, what is our first program that we always do when we're doing a brand new programming language? Of course, it's our Hello World program. So I want you to follow along with me and type in the following commands. Text window. Notice how both text and window are capitalized. Period. Right line. Okay, right line. Parentheses. And actually it's going to autocorrect for you. Quote. Hello, comma, space, world. Exclamation point. Quote. End parentheses. Text window dot right line, hello world. Go ahead and pause the video here if you need to, and then up at the top of the screen we are going to run our one-line program. Here we go. We get our window here. This is called the text window object. Has opened up. It says hello world, and press any key to continue. Great. We've written our first program. Now, we're going to use this program to learn a few things about SmallBasic. First of all, I wanted you to notice that as you were typing, for example, text window, there was a window, a sort of a helper window that opened up. Kind of as you're typing, it's making some guesses as to what it is that you might want. Well, we wanted text window, and once you see that, you can sort of use your arrow keys or the scroll on your mouse to pick the one you want, and then you can hit tab to select that, or you could have just hit the period button. And then some more things start showing up that relate to the text window object. Some things that we can change and modify. What we wanted was right line, okay? So I can just arrow up to right line and then press my parentheses. It's going to automatically fill in for me. That's the IntelliSense technology that Microsoft has built into the SmallBasic coding environment. So let's put in a new message. Coding is awesome. All right, run it. Let's see if things are working. Yes, Now we have hello world. Coding is awesome. Press any key to continue. All right, very good. So, one more thing that I want to point out to you about the development environment right now is this help area over here on the right-hand side. As you select an object, and we'll talk about what those are in a minute, the help window over here gives you some helpful information about what the object is, what it can do, what the operation is, what it can do, or how to format it, or what a property is. So as I type in text window, it gives you a little description of what that object can do. It tells you some of the properties that go along with that object, as well as some of the operations that are available for that object. Okay, so that will become helpful, and it's really helpful to know what your different objects can do. And of course, now that we have this fantastic program, we want to make sure, because now that this is a text-based programming environment, we want to make sure that we put some information about what this program does at the beginning in the form of a comment. And in SmallBasic, comments are used with an apostrophe. So we're going to start off with an apostrophe, and we're going to write a little bit about this. Hello world program, my first program. All right, and so of course, since that's commented out, the computer isn't going to read that at all. This is just a title for us. Finally, what we want to do is save our work. So we're going to press on the Save button. And specific location in your computer where you're going to be saving your creations for your projects for SmallBasic. You need to have a specific location in your computer where you can always find the programs that you create in SmallBasic. So I'm going to make a new folder called My SmallBasic Programs, and I'm going to open it up and save my Hello World program into that file folder so that I can always find it when I need it. All right. So that's our first lesson. We know what SmallBasic is and why we're learning it. We've had a brief overview of the buttons on the top, the help window over here. We've created our very first program, including using comments and the text window object along with the right line operation. So that's a terrific start. Good job.